Hi all. Today we will be discussing about what R square is and what adjusted R square is. So if you know about machine learning, and especially when it comes to building up new models in machine learning, so to evaluate the performance of any model you need some metrics, right? So same way, if you are building a model called linear regression model and multilinear regression model, so R square and adjusted R square, these two things actually plays a very important role. They work like a metric for us to evaluate the performance of the model. It helps us to understand that how you know accurate the prediction would be, okay, from the actuals. So let me give you an example here. If you look at my screen, so here I have just taken two variables. One is dependent variables and one is independent variable. So y is my dependent variable, this is also called target variable, response variable, and x is my independent variable. So let's say if I have to calculate the prediction out of it, let's say the prediction part, the prediction value, which is called y is equal to mx plus c. So it's basically y hat is equals to, this is my prediction value, okay, mx plus c. So what is y hat here? So I have simply applied a very basic function. So for to do that, I also need to calculate the slope and intercept, and in Excel we have a function called, let's say, slope, which I have used here, and I have just given the reference of these two. And this same way, y intercept, we have a function called y intercept. If you see, the function is also there, and we have given the value. So if you have this value, you can simply put it into this equation where you are giving the slope into your x plus your intercept, and this will be your prediction value. So if you see how accurate your prediction is from the actual value, maybe you can calculate a error term also, simply this minus this. So you will find some difference in the value, right? But looking at this data, how would you say that how good your model is, right? In order to do that, you have to look into these two values, R square and adjusted R square. So basically R square ranges between 0 to 1. One means when these there is no error, and it's an idle stage which actually never happens. There would be some error just because whenever somebody makes a prediction, no, it can't be 100% accurate, right? There are several factors due to which your prediction will be here and there. So same way, if you look at this, as of now my R square here is, so I have a formula, let's say, in Excel, and I just need to pass values to these columns. It will tell me the R square, and I have also calculated adjusted R square. So adjusted R square formula is this. Here it is. So it says 1 minus R square. If I have done the same thing, 1 minus R square, okay, into n minus 1. N is your total number of rows, which is 8 here, minus 1 divided by n minus k minus 1. N is again total number of rows, minus k is how many independent variables we have taken, which is 1, and minus 1. So, and everything will be subtracted from 1. So this will be around 9.6.29. So now if you see here, it says that somehow uh, my R square is 96.82%. So which means my model is performing well. If it is, let's say, above 75%, 80%, it is considered to be well, and if it is 96%, it is really well. Okay, so this is what exactly R square does. It actually tells you that how accurate your model is, how good your line fit is. Okay, and adjusted R square, in order to tell you the difference, I have to introduce one more variable here. So maybe I will unhide this variable. So here, this is my z variable. It is again an independent variable. If you see, these values are very different from this, right? From these two. So let's do one thing. Let's run a regression model. Okay, do the regression analysis in Excel itself once again. So we have a function. We can simply go to data analysis tool and then regression, and then maybe we just have to give the path. This is my y range, right? Here it is, and this is my independent columns. It's very simple, guys. You can also run it. Just give your dependent variable and all independent variables, okay, and then select where you want to see the result. Maybe I want to see it here, and then press OK, and just wait for a few seconds. See, it has done. It has calculated all the metrics. Let's say R square is 97% and adjusted R square is 95. So if you see, my R square has increased. Earlier it was 96%, now it has 97. So does it mean that introducing one more variable is really good for my model? I mean, will that my model give more accuracy now? I would say no, because if you see, my adjusted R square has come down from 96.29, it has become 95.93. So basically, adjusted R square tells me, by adding one more variable into the model, how relevant that new variable is. So it helps you to, basically understand. It helps you to know that adding more features to the model is going to impact the performance of the model positively, or maybe, not positively. So that's what exactly R square, tells us. So R square, adjusted R square tells us. So R square tells us the performance of the model, how accurate the prediction is, and adjusted R square tells us whenever you add any feature to it, you can simply, look into the our adjusted R square metric to see those new features, how they are performing. Are they performing in the favor of the overall accuracy of the model, or not in the favor of the overall accuracy in the model? I hope you understood. Thank you so much for watching this. Please, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you.